when did you start getting into athletics?
Started cycling when I was 13
Okay.
and started racing when I was 14. I left school and was a joiner for a while, a carpenter, building houses.
Okay.
My brother, Kenny, who's 2 years older than me, he raced bikes as well. And our other friend, Hamish, we got together, the three of us, when I was 20, and we opened the cycle shop.
Oh, awesome.
We've had the cycle shop for 30 years, so it's a busy shop. It's a good shop.
What's the name of it?
It's called Bikes off Inverness.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So on the 7th of November this year, it'll be our 30th anniversary of opening.
I'll have to buy a few stickers from you if you guys have those. Or
Yeah, I'll send you some windows for your car.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. Actually, I gotta. You're gonna laugh at it, but it's a big feat for me. I'm doing a 100-mile bike ride for the JDRF, and that's gonna be in August. So I've been training a little bit for that, but I keep in fairly good shape. So any recommendations I should keep in mind for the race?
It's going to be warm.
Yeah, it'll be warm.
Make sure you drink at least 750 milliliters of fluid an hour, because that's what you'll need. So just stay well hydrated to reduce the chances of getting cramp and things.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, obviously the stress that you're putting on your body, that's going to do some things to your endocrine system and screwing things up. So I guess how do you manage such a long race? You're self-sufficient, and with the training, I mean, how do you learn what your body's going to do with 18 hours of sleep and with such a stress on your body?
I'm quite good at knowing what my blood glucose level is on feel.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm very hypo aware, but I also know when I'm high as well, because you feel really groggy. You just feel
Yep.
sluggish, and it's actually quite dangerous to continue when you're high anyway. So
Right.
doing regular tests when my CGM packed in, certainly before the CGM packed in, having the CGM with the trend arrows is an absolute winner, because if you see your trend
Yep.
arrows go down, you know you've got to take food on board. If you've seen them going up, it's just a case of taking a small amount of insulin to stay.
Right.
But to be honest, throughout the whole race, I didn't bolus once. I just survived totally on my basal insulin, because the exercise
Hmm.
was the work of the bolus insulin.
Interesting. And what are you doing for food and everything out there? You said you had some energy drinks, but how do you eat?
Yeah, energy drinks, energy bars, but my main source of every time I had a main meal, it was porridge, just good old Scottish porridge. A high, slow release carbohydrate, so it's ideal and it also, because it's hot, it warms you up, just gives you a wee glow. And it's really easy for the palate as well to eat. So I got on really well with porridge.
And then who's on like your support team? I know that you mentioned on these races they're self-sufficient, but as you're getting ready for them and getting everything in your regimen to be successful,
Okay.
are you talking with doctors?
Not really, no. Because nothing like this has ever been done by a type 1 diabetic before, so I've got to make it up as I go along, really.
Yeah.
During the actual race itself, there's two medics follow the race in vehicles. They check in you every now and then to make sure you're okay. But apart from that, from the start line to the finish line, you're on your own. You stop on
Yeah.
the side of the road when you need to sleep, or if you can get to the checkpoints, there's normally a hall or something like that you can get a shortcut before getting back out. The year after I did the marathon Sables, the people that I shared my bivouac, which is your tent, we called ourselves the Tartan Army. So in 2014, we decided we would have a reunion. Now, normally folk have a reunion and they go down to the pub and they have a meal and a couple of beers. No, we don't do things that easy. We decided we were going to do an ultra marathon in Scotland up the West Highland Way, a 53-mile ultra marathon.
Oh, wow.
18 miles into the ultra marathon, I felt something loose in my stomach. My cannula had come off from my insulin pump. What do? Still 35 miles to go in this race. So because I couldn't get insulin, I did have spare cannulas, but they were in my kit bag at the finish line. And because I couldn't get insulin, it meant that I couldn't take carbohydrate on board. So I ran the last 35 miles solely water. And what I was doing was, if I seen my CGM dip slightly, I'd put in a really short, intense sprint, and the short, intense sprint releases glycogen from the liver. I finished the race actually very well in the race, and then I got a fresh cannula put on and got insulin into me because as soon as I stopped, my blood glucose rocketed up.
Yeah.
When I downloaded my CGM data for the race started at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I finished about 3:30, 4 o'clock. My blood glucose level for the whole race was almost within a person with type 1 diabetes, controlling it with doing the short, intense sprint, plus also running it fully on water with no food whatsoever.
You said you put in some sprints and took your foot off the gas to keep your blood glucose levels in a range. Is that something you've taken and like applied that to your other races that you've done after that?
No, but what I would do now is if I am doing a big ultra marathon, I now fit 2 cannulas. So if one rips out, you just unplug it and click it into the other one. So I'm learning every day's a school day, so I'm learning all the time. And that 53-mile Highland Fling one where the cannula came out, again, it's probably never been done before, so I'm having to make things up as I go along. That was 2014. 2015, I like to give myself a goal. So I did a 73-mile ultramarathon off-road from Fort William to Inverness, which is my hometown. So this was a 73-mile ultramarathon, and I finished that in 3rd place. So
Unbelievable.
I think it's good to give yourself a goal every year. Makes training so much easier when you've got a goal at the end of it.